This is a film I've been wanting to make for years. I'm going for a paddle, but I don't live anywhere near the river. Doesn't matter, boat's got wheels. Now the original plan for this was that I would do it and track everything, my pace, my speed, distance, even calories burnt. But I'm not even going to take my watch. I want something more from this than just data. That would never be there when I got back. So my house is about 5 or 6 kilometers from the River Kennet. And if I get in there, I can paddle downstream about 5 or 6 kilometers again. I get to the River Thames. Same distance again downstream there. Gets me into a little stream that just meanders through the countryside. Not sure how long that bit is, probably another 5 or 6k. Comes back onto the River Thames, paddle all the way back to where I get in at the Kennet, and then walk home. I'm kind of guessing maybe, I don't know, 35, 40k? Not sure. First problem, boat's too bloody heavy. I think my wheels are too far back, so I'm having to lift too much of the boat. I need to move the wheels more so they're halfway, so the boat is balanced on the wheels, and all I need to do is tow it along. At the moment I'm lifting too much weight. Nailed it. It is turning out to be hot. It's going to be great down the water, but right now I am cooking. Although that's the least of my problems. We got Burger King on that side, and then just up here, Mackie D's, and just on the other side, KFC. It's like the corridor of death along here. Okay, we are getting close. You know when you're a little kid and you go on your holidays down to the seaside, your parents are driving you, and you know when you're getting near, just smell it. That's not what this is like. I can smell Reading Dump. It's just up here, but I am close to the river. So the idea for this challenge came to me during lockdown, years ago now.
You must stay at home.
Back when I was doing runs from my front door, bike rides from my front door, because the government didn't want us driving anywhere to exercise.
One form of exercise a day, for example, a run, walk or cycle.
Or kayak. Water. Got to figure out how to get in it now. When I've driven the boat down here, I've got in down these steps, but that is looking a bit sketchy today. I don't know where I'm getting in the bloody river. Fed up with walking now. Jesus. Okay, this is horrible and squidgy, but I'm not walking anymore. It'll have to do. So this is going to sound like I'm a bit of an idiot, but I never really thought about how I'm going to carry the wheels on the boat. I could leave them here and then they'll be here when I come back, but I think they'll be stolen. I'm would they? Who's going to steal? I could put them in the trees, couldn't I? But then what if I need them on the trip? I think I have to sort of, I have to make some sort of tie down thing. That'll do. I'm still not sure how I'm going to get in. In case anyone is wondering what my kind of kayaking skills are, none. I'm ready. I'm actually shaking a little bit. It looks like a very tiny drop to get in, but the front's quite heavy with my gear, and I'm worried that it's gonna shoot down into the water and at best soak all my camera gear, and at worst drown me. Oh, come on, focus. I am terrified. How is this gonna? Okay. Come on. Okay, I'm half on the bank, half off. Just gotta get off the. Come on, get off the. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I'm floating. Everything's dry. I feel like I'm tipping backwards a bit, but it looks dry back there. I've not left anything on the bank. I'm kayaking from my house. Awesome. Okay, going through central Reading could go one or two ways. People might stop and shout, "Hey, Mark Lewis off of YouTube," or they might just throw milkshakes at me. Okay, so back to why I'm doing this. Exercise from the front door. I wanted to do this route from the front door. It felt like a cool, fun challenge to do. But the plan was to do it in just typical, YouTuber fitness style. I was gonna time how fast I did it, or probably sort of like see if I could eat as many calories while I'm doing it as I'm burning doing it. It was just gonna be cliched fitness YouTuber nonsense. I would probably have started it by making a slow motion coffee while wearing my sponsor's gym wear. But I'm not doing that. This is it, under this bridge, River Thames. Now we're on the river. Okay, we're just waiting for the gates to open on the lock, then we're going in, and onwards. Means I don't have to get out. Brilliant. So anyway, yeah, if I was doing this challenge when I first thought of doing it, I'd be timing it and all that sort of stuff. And I'm doing none of that. I've got no idea how long I've been paddling for. I don't even know what time it is. I've got calories burned, heart rate, absolutely no idea whatsoever. I do know this is beautiful. Gates are opening. So where I'm heading to now is this stream that goes off of the river, and it's really quite cool. Years ago there used to be a river that flowed into the Thames, the River Loddon, and came into the Thames at 2 points, and then they built a lock which obviously raised the river this side, so where the water was flowing in was now deeper, so the water flowed out, and it then joins the original river that always flowed into the Thames, and you can then paddle out where it always used to flow out downstream. In other words, the stream flows downhill, which is cool.
So why am I not gathering data from this challenge? Because for now, I'm focusing on the things that I cared about when I first got into fitness. About 14 or so years ago, I would just strap on my cheap Casio G-Shock and go jogging. No real target, no real goals, just going at a pace that felt like it was hard and going for a distance that felt like I could probably make it home. If I did that, I knew I'd wake up the next day fitter. It is one of the joys of first starting to exercise that just getting off the sofa and doing something is often enough. If you enjoy it, even better. Sure, it doesn't sell fancy watches or expensive training programs, and it makes personal trainers yelling at you on social media seem a little redundant, but it's nice and simple. Don't get me wrong, there is a time and place for analysing my performance more closely, and that will come again. But when the objective is just do something and watch what you eat, I'm a grown adult, I know when I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone, and I know when I'm achieving something as a result. And that's all that matters right now.
I've got no idea what the actual time is, but it is definitely lunchtime. I am absolutely starving. I am absolutely starving. Do you know what this is good for? Do you ever find Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and you're just seeing people that have more, whatever, more money, more fitness, more cars, more houses, more. It's almost impossible not to be, I don't know, jealous, affected by that. This is cool though, because I could be Mark Zuckerberg, I could be The Rock, I could be 1980s Dolph Lundgren, all of whom have at any other time various things I'd like. Money, cool home gym, that awesome white leotard. But right now, it wouldn't matter if I was any of them, the experience would be perfect still. It's perfect now, be perfect if I was them. Because this is just as good as it gets today. This is as good as it gets. Doing this in the white leotard would be as good as it gets.
Whenever I take on a challenge, I tend to start out a little worried that it won't be tough enough, that I'll finish with a sense I could have done so much more, but more often than not there does come a point where I realise I've got plenty to contend with and just finishing at all should now be my priority.
I am toast.
On this trip, here is where that occurred. I hadn't realised the impact of sitting in the kayak for so long after not having sat in it for years. My hands were blistered, my shoulders on fire, my back was starting to get really painful, and bizarre, given they weren't really doing much beyond gripping the sides of the boat, my legs were absolutely killing me. Well, the left one was killing me, the right one had gone numb just before lunch.
I don't think I can paddle anymore. My hands are blistered and falling apart. My lower back is getting really painful, and I do not need that going into spasm while I'm in the water, because that might well be death. Three options. Option one, I get out here, call Jen, she comes and gets me. That's not an option. Outrageous. How could you even think that? Option two is I paddle back the way I came and hope I don't spasm and die. Option three is I get out a little bit further up and I walk a chunk of the Kennet and then walk the rest of the way home. So basically, same route, but more walking. I mean, it's hell of a walk, but against this wind and against this flow, and with my hands like they are, I don't think I'm going any faster than walking speed anyway. Oh. I'm done. I'm done paddling. I'm done. My back is killing me, my hands are on fire. I can't feel my legs. The boat is rigged and ready to go. I've eaten, drunk some water, stretched my back out a little bit. I got to hike home. I think paddling might have been quicker. There may have been more scenic highlights to this trip, but the long walk home was definitely the exercise one. It ticked every box for me. It was incredibly tough. Had I been wearing my Garmin, it would have probably told me I was borderline deceased. It looked ridiculous, and doing things that average people find ridiculous is often a pretty good indicator you're doing something right. And most importantly, there was now no question I was going to complete it. Almost no question. Okay, made it through town. I say made it. Felt a bit faint, which would have been embarrassing. Pass out in front of Wagamama's. Okay, soon, I hope, maybe another couple of kilometres, I should be at the point where I got in. So, just the last walk back home to do from there. Oh man. Okay, I'm off the river, back heading to the tip now, and home. Actually, before home, I might need to replenish my fuel levels. I am feeling absolutely exhausted. I keep stumbling over my own feet. Conveniently, there's somewhere up here to replenish my fuel sources. Having been saved the embarrassment of passing out in the street by, ironically, the corridor of death, I headed for home, going past all the people in their cars doing the same. They were probably wondering what on earth I was doing as they trundled along the M4 listening to talk radio while sipping on a service station Costa coffee as they gave up yet more valuable lifetime to the routine of commuting. I wouldn't have swapped places with them for anything. Half a kilometre to go. One more hill. Then done. Home. Challenge complete. Just in time for the sun to go down. What a day. What a day. There is a scene in the movie Good Will Hunting where, and I'm paraphrasing somewhat, Robin Williams' character says to Matt Damon's,
If I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written.
But I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. That sums up my fitness experience towards the end of last year. If you'd asked me then how it was going, I would have been able to tell you my protein, fat and carb macros. I could have told you my resting heart rate, the target time for my next race. But I couldn't tell you what it felt like to just set out with a plan that had no goal other than get it done, to not worry about the clock or the pace or the speed, to work hard but still have time to properly appreciate where I was and what I was doing. But I could do that today. I could tell you all of that. And most importantly, I could tell you what it was like to get home, with no idea how long I'd been out or how far I'd gone, but certain I'd pushed myself outside my comfort zone and achieved something as a result. I could tell you that today.